Just about ready for the dip now is Dave Berkner, who's in there against Steve Binkley. Berkner 6'3", Binkley 6 foot even. Tip comes back, controlled by Brownsburg. They lost it, then picked it up again. Mark Horn has the ball at the moment, brings it out in backcourt now to the top of the key to Brad Acton. Bounce pass goes over on the left side to Davy March. Then they go along the baseline to Steve Binkley. His shot is off the rim, no good. Rebound brought down, however, by the Bulldogs. With the ball momentarily was Dave March. And they get it out to Kevin Horn. That goes around to Brad Acton. To March on the far side, back to Acton at the top of the key. Now working out of the corners, Mark Horn. Trying to set it up now as they work the ball around. Bounce pass comes over on the right side to Kevin Horn. Cross-court pass to the other side of the lane. Fake the shot, then goes up with it. Dave March, he scores. The Bulldogs lead by a score of 2-0. Dave March gets the bucket. It's Brownsburg 2, the Tigers nothing. Brownsburg pressing from the word go, but the Tigers have it across. Milam with the ball in backcourt, then gives to Caldwell. Caldwell moving slowly to his right. Then to Milam. Milam playing forward tonight. Caldwell and Whitlatch at the guards. Left corner comes to Turner. There's his shot. Over the rim and over the mark. Berkner tries to save. He does. He flips it in. Comes down deep where it's picked up by Caldwell. Good save by Berkner. Whitlatch now. Milam from the corner. It goes over the top of the rim where it's picked off by Turner. Turner trying to back in for position. Turnaround jump shot is blocked. The whistle blows. And a foul will be called against number 45. That's Steve Binkley. Binkley picks up his first personal foul of the ball game. It will be Dennis Turner at the line for the Tigers with 2 shots. First one's up. It's good. 2-1 Brownsburg. We have 6:47 remaining to be played here in the first quarter. Turner's second free throw is also good. A tie ball game at 2-all. Bounce pass for the Dogs. Comes in to number 35. That's Kevin Horn. He gives it back quickly to Brad Acton, who takes it across the line. Acton going down the needle underneath. Shot back over the top of his head. No good. It was taken by Mark Horn. Then the basket is up and in by Mark Horn on a good rebound. Second effort paying off. Whitlatch gets the ball into Caldwell, who's being pressed. He turns it over as he starts dribbling it up court. The Bulldogs will have the ball. Starting the inbounds action and limping just a bit is Kevin Horn. He gets a bounce pass in there now to Brad Acton. They look over on the left side to Dave March, back to Acton. Then down into the corner to Mark Horn. Down along the baseline to March once again, back to Mark Horn, and it comes out deep to Kevin Horn. Kevin number 35, Mark is number 55. Traveling violation whistled against number 45. That's Steve Binkley as he started his drive for the bucket. Tigers will have the ball. It's Brownsburg 4, 11-2. Clock running with 6:11 to go here in the first period. Whitlatch on the left side comes to Turner. Back to Whitlatch, then to Caldwell. Right corner now they go to Milam, to Caldwell, to Whitlatch. He's going to fire. It's up. Hits the rim, bounces around and comes off. High with the rebound and up and in with the shot was Dave Berkner. Whistle blows underneath. The basket will count. And Berkner will go to the free throw line with 1 shot. That foul was called on Mark Horn. That's his first of the ball game, the second against the Bulldogs. Dave Berkner at the line for the Tigers with 1. Free throw's good. 5-4. Lebanon leading by 1. 5:58 to play in the quarter. Brownsburg bringing up. Tigers feed him at the line and they steal the ball. Milam solo lay on right side. Good. The Tigers pressed him right at the midcourt on that one and effected the steal, and Milam went down. Now they've tied it up. Caldwell's going to take it away from him. Drives in left side layup. It's good. Larry Faraday, the Brownsburg Bulldogs, wants to call a timeout. Stopping the clock with 5:38 to play. Lebanon leading 9-4. And after a couple of steals there and then converting them into 2-point buckets, Faraday wants to slow things down and talk to the Bulldogs. Gate Auto Sales, located 200 South Meridian in Lebanon. Back left, looks good. Binkley's back there helping out now. Comes over on the right side quickly, then down in the corner to March. He shoots off the back of the rim. Caldwell with the rebound for the Tigers. 2-on-1. Caldwell bounce pass left side intended for Milam, picked off by Binkley. Brownsburg has the bar. Binkley waits for traffic to clear across the book. Then flips it off to Brad Acton, who will bring it up court. Left side bounce pass goes to Dave March. In the corner, then to Mark Horn. Back to Acton, then to Kevin Horn. Right side March. In the corner, Binkley. They're moving it around. Here's Acton at the top of the key. Bounce pass right side. Horn takes the shot. It's no good. It was Kevin Horn. Whitlatch comes down with it for the Tigers. Tied up momentarily, gets rid of it to Turner, then back to Whitlatch. Trying to take it across the line. Stolen. Picked up by Turner. We're going to have a jump ball. Jump ball between Dennis Turner of the Lebanon Tigers and Mark Horn of the Brownsburg Bulldogs. They're jumping at the Brownsburg free throw line. It's 9-4, the Tigers by 5. 4:50 to play in the quarter. Wendell Baker, the official, puts the ball in the air. Tip comes back to Berkner of the Tigers. He gives off to Caldwell, who at guard will take it down court. Whitlatch on the right side. Back to Caldwell. Back to Whitlatch. Back to Caldwell. Then to Milam. He's going to fire. It's good. Richard Milam gets the bucket just to the left side in the top of the key to make it 11-4. Tigers leading by 7. Tigers starting to meet them now as they bring the ball up court. Still not across the line with Binkley. He flips it across on the right side now to Brad Acton. Acton down in the corner. They go with the ball to Mark Horn. Underneath, they feed March. His shot is blocked by Berkner. The whistle blows. Foul will be called on Dave Berkner. Dave Berkner picks up his first personal foul of the ball game, and that's the first against the Tigers. It comes with 4:18 to play here in the first quarter. At the free throw line for the Brownsburg Bulldogs, Dave Parks. He's 6 foot 1/2 inch tall, 150 pounds. He's a junior there at Brownsburg. He'll have 2. The first one is good. Rattled around, hopped out, and dropped back through. That makes it 11-5. Tiger lead now by 6. Parks can cut it to 5 with this free throw. In and out, no good. Rebound, fought for, goes out of bounds. The Tigers will have it. Caldwell will put it in play. Gets it into Rick Whitlatch. Brownsburg comes up with a press to Caldwell. Looking, bounce pass to Whitlatch. Turner across the line with it. Down deep in the corner. Berkner, he's going to fire along the baseline. A little too hard. Turner rebounds, puts it up, missed it, got it back, put it up and in. Second effort playing off for Dennis Turner. He got the bucket to make it 13-5. Tigers on top by 8. Almost stole the ball, but the whistle blows. They say that they kicked at it. Say that in attempting to get the ball away and block the pass, they kicked at it. It goes back to Brownsburg. Binkley back there helping out now as kind of a third guard. Acton has it, left side to March, back to Acton. Acton still working at the top of the key. Right side they come with it to Kevin Horn, then to March in the corner. Back to Acton. In the corner, March, bounce pass along the baseline. Binkley, twist, turn, shot is up and in. Underhanded that one up and through for 2. Steve Binkley scoring to make it 13-7. Tigers by 6. Whitlatch throws it deep up to Berkner, who takes it across the line, waits for traffic to clear down, then gives to Whitlatch. Right side, Caldwell takes his shot. He was open. Hits the rim and goes high. Tipped up by Berkner. Tipped in by Dave Berkner, who went high to get that one and tipped it through to make it 15-7. The Tigers by 8. Kevin Horn has the ball tipped away from him by Caldwell, picked up by Whitlatch. Left side he gives Milam, makes his move on the bucket. It's good. Give the assist to Rick Whitlatch. The bucket to Richard Milam makes it 17-7. Tigers by 10, and again Brownsburg wants to call a timeout. Time remaining in the first period, 3 minutes and 2 seconds, and it's 11-17, and Brownsburg 7. Point margin for the Lebanon Tigers at the moment, with 3:02 remaining here in the first period. Brownsburg calls the timeout. They'll have possession of the basketball. That'll be Steve Binkley, who will trickle the inbound basket. Goes over on the far side with it to Brad Acton. Starts up toward the line, then back to Binkley deep. Now on the right side, they come with it to Mark Horn. Holds it up, then back to Binkley, and now to Acton as the Bulldogs set it up now. Right side, Mark Horn in the corner. They go into Mike Rosemeyer, who's in there for Brownsburg. Feeds Binkley. Turnaround jumper by Binkley, in and out. Berkner clears, gives to Milam. Milam cutting across center circle. On the right side, Whitlatch along the baseline. Shot off the rim. Rebound picked off by Mark. Stolen now by Turner. Turner drives to the bucket. A whistle blows. A foul will be called against Dave Mark. In they are, Beasley. Dave Mark picks up his first personal foul of the ball game, the third against the Bulldogs. At the free throw line for Lebanon will be Dennis Turner with 2 shots. 17-7, Tigers by 10. Still 17-7 as Turner's first free throw kind of rims around and comes back out. He's going to try it again. This one's up. It's also no good. Picked off underneath by Binkley. Coming down quickly for Brownsburg. Milam comes in to pick him up, and we're going to call a personal foul against Milam. Milam moved in to kind of guide Binkley away from driving in toward the basket. Contact is made. He picks up his first personal foul of the ball game, the second on the Tigers. And it will be Steve Binkley at the line for Brownsburg with 1 shot. Eyes that bucket. Now puts it up there. In and out. Rebound picked off by Rosemeyer. Turnaround jumper by Rosemeyer is good. Mike Rosemeyer scores for Brownsburg, 17-9. Brownsburg pressing. However, Caldwell gets it up to Milam, kicks it across the line to Turner along the baseline. His shot in and out. Rebound underneath, picked off now by Mark Horn. Drops it off behind him to Steve Binkley, who brings it down court for the Bulldogs. Then to Brad Acton. Mark Horn on the left side. Down deep in the left corner, they go to March. March back to Acton. Starts his drive, a whistle blows, and a foul will be called against Don Caldwell. John Caldwell trying to reach in and tap the ball away from Brad Axton, who's charged with the personal foul. That's his first. Third on the Tigers. At the free throw line will be Brad Axton. Brad's 5'7", 135-pounder. He's a junior. Free throw, Hollandell comes over to the right side. Horn gets it, puts it up and in. Mark Horn had the rebound. Takes Berkner a little bit out of position and then dropped it in. Whitlatch gets it into Milam. Now they come to Caldwell. Left side they come to Berkner. Darkins drives, stops, takes his jumper and scores. Dave Berkner bouncing it off the glass to the left side to make it 19-11. Tigers by 8. Binkley brings it up. Has it stolen. Tigers had it, lost it. Try to get it back. We're going to have a jump ball. Brad Axton will be jumping against Rick Whitlatch, and they'll be jumping there at the center circle. Whitlatch, the taller of the two. 1:31 to play in the first quarter. Lebanon 19, Brownsburg 11. Jump with Whitlatch. The Tigers, Axton, Brownsburg tip control by Lebanon, goes to Milam. Starts his drive, flips off to Caldwell along the baseline. Shot is off the rim. Axton comes out, picks it up, and Caldwell's going to be charged with the foul. Caldwell made a little dive for that ball after he missed the bucket and was wanting to take it away from Brad Axton. He got a hold of a little of Axton instead, and Brad goes to the free throw line. Johnny Caldwell picks up his second personal foul in the ball game. 19-11, Tigers by 8. Brad Axton at the line with one. It's good. 19-12 as Caldwell puts it in play to Rick Whitlatch, picked up immediately by Brownsburg, then back to Caldwell. They're pressing him pretty well. They get it to Milam, then across to Whitlatch. Drives, stops, holds up, Milam, right front, takes the shot, no good, with the close, and a foul will be called. Let's see, who's it on? They say the foul was on Mark Horn. That's his second of the ball game, I think. Foul was on Mark Horn, number 55. And at the free throw line for the Tigers will be Richard Milam. 1:11 to play in the quarter. Milam with 2 free throws. First one too hard off the back of the rim. The Tigers have missed 3 free throws here tonight and have made 3. So Milam makes his second to make it 20-12. As Mark Horn gets the ball into Steve Binkley. Bounce pass back to Mark Horn. Long pass up to Mark. Along the baseline to give Rosemeyer. Fake, takes his shot and travels. Rosemeyer trying to fake off Turner, who was coming over quickly to guard him. Shuffled his feet just a bit. The Tigers have it. Whitlatch has it. They'll press it, but he gets it into Caldwell. Dribbles, holds up, looks. Up the middle they go to Berkner. Then on the right side they go to Milam. Tigers have it across safely now. Back to Berkner, then to Caldwell. Left side to Whitlatch. Back to Caldwell. Back to Whitlatch. Looking underneath, they come out deep to Caldwell, to Whitlatch again. He's working the left side. Cross-court pass to Milam. Into Caldwell, to Whitlatch. He's open momentarily. Takes his shot and scores. Whitlatch gets his first bucket of the night. All the Tigers have scored now. It's 22-12. Lebanon leading by 10. Brad Axton, twisting, turning, drives through, gives to Marks. He takes the shot to the right, off the front of the rim, gets his own rebound. Knocked out of his hands, but picked up by Binkley. He'll fire. It's too long. Turner comes down with it for Lebanon. Waits for Tracker to clear just a bit. Then gets to Caldwell, goes across the line with it. Holds up, left side, Milam. Here's the shot. Off the rim, fighting for it underneath. Whistle blows, we're going to have a jump ball. Rick Whitlatch, I believe, will be one of those involved. And the other for the Brownsburg Bulldogs will be Mike Rosemeyer. Rosemeyer, 6'1", 145, and a junior. Jumping at the Lebanon free throw line. There's the tip. Controlled by Lebanon. Caldwell has it. Drives. Shot to the right side. A little too hard. Underneath, Milam comes down with it. Puts it back over his head and scores. Richard Milam gets it 24-12. There's a long one at the buzzer. It's no good. So at the end of the first quarter, Tigers are leading by 12, 24-12. And of course, we'll be back to the action in just a moment. For the Brownsburg Bulldogs to join them there at center court. And the jump and the tip, which will start the second quarter of play. 24-12, Tigers on top. Remember, this is the first of 2 ball games tonight on the Sports Voice of Boone County, so stay with us. Berkner will be jumping against Mike Rosemeyer, as Rosemeyer will be working at center, and maybe they'll be using Binkley a little more at guard. Tip comes back to Whitlatch. He's hit by Binkley as he tried to get the ball. And Binkley picks up his second personal foul of the ball game. I believe last year when they had the big boy Downey in their center that Binkley did play guard for these Bulldogs. However, he did start the ball game at center. He's just 6 foot tall. Whitlatch at the line with a 1-and-1 now. First one's up, rolls around, comes off to the right. Rosemeyer gets the rebound, then gives to Brad Acton, who'll take it up court. Acton working in the middle, top of the key. Goes to his right, a bounce pass to Binkley. Fakes, drives, fakes again and shoots. It's off the rim. Fought for once, twice. Who has it? Marks comes out of there with it for Brownsburg. Gives to Binkley. He'll fire. Off the mark. Now Caldwell coming down with it. Starts up court for Lebanon. Takes it across the 10-second line. Hits Burton with it. Back to Caldwell. Left side they come to Milam. Then to Caldwell. To Milam. Burton. In the corner. Looks underneath. Wants to get it in there and can't. To Milam. To Caldwell. In on the post to Berkner. Looks, turn around, right side, Whitlatch takes his shot. Little too hard. Rebound comes down in the hands of March. Lead pass up to Acton, driving on Caldwell. Shoots from out and scores. Brad Acton stopped out about 8 or 10 feet and fired it through. Got the bucket. Milam taking it across the line now, working the right side. Bounce pass behind him to Whitlatch. Then they come with it to Caldwell. Berkner to Turner, and the corner takes the screen, takes the shot, and scores. Dennis Turner firing from deep in the left corner to make it 26-14. Tigers by 12. Binkley bringing it up now for Brownsburg. Brings it over on the near side then to Brad Acton. Across the line with it to Mark Horn in the corner. Bounce pass March. Turn around hook shot no good. March gets his own rebound. Tries again. This time it's no good. And Turner comes down with it for Lebanon. Goes to Caldwell on the far side of the court, who will bring it up the floor now. Behind him to Turner. Cross court pass to Milam. Drive. All the way left side. No good. Collision underneath the bucket, and we're going to have a foul called. Calling the foul on Richard Milam. Calling an offensive foul on Milam as he was driving in for the bucket. Going down to the other end of the court, where the shooter will be Mark Horn. And Scott Crawford comes into the lineup now for the Tigers, replacing Dave Berkner. Scott Crawford, who has not seen much action in the last couple of ball games because of an injured ankle, is in there now for the Tigers, replacing Dave Berkner. Horn's free throw no good. Clearing underneath with Dennis Turner. He went high. Flips it off to Milam on the release pass. He brings it up court. In the middle, they go to Caldwell, then to Whitlatch, to Caldwell, to Milam, to Caldwell at the top of the key. Right corner, Turner takes his jumper. Good. Turner from deep in the right corner this time, just the opposite side of the floor from where he scored this last one. Makes it 28-14. Acton bringing it up, throws it on the far side to Mark Horn, drives to the baseline. Along the baseline, he passes it off to Rosemeyer, but Turner hits him from behind. Mark Horn will be at the free throw line for Brownsburg as Turner picks up his first personal foul of the ball game. That's just the 6th against the club, but Mark Horn will have the 1-and-1 free throw opportunity. First one good, so now he has his bonus shot. Mark is 5'10 and a half, but he's a husky lad, weighs 195 pounds. Here's his bonus free throw. Hits off the front of the rim. Caldwell clears it out of there for Lebanon. Goes down quickly, driving down the middle. Flips behind him to Turner. He'll take the shot. Good. Dennis Turner picks up his 4th field goal of the ball game, his 10th point, and it's 30-15. And a foul will be called against Rick Whitlatch. As Brad Acton bringing the ball up court for Brownsburg. It was Whitlatch who reached around from behind. Whitlatch picks up his first personal, and Brad Acton is at the line with the 1-and-1 for Brownsburg. No good. In and out. Mark Horn comes down with, goes up with a shot. It's knocked out of his hands, and we're going to have a jump ball. Milam did get his hand cleanly on the ball and knocked it out of Mark Horn's hand. But we're going to have a jump at the Brownsburg free throw line between Richard Milam of the Tigers and Mark Horn of the Brownsburg goal line. Fisher ready to put the ball in the air. There it goes. Tipped way out deep by Horn. Going back to pick it up is Brad Acton. Circles around and comes back down court now. Left side they go to Marks. Back to Acton. Dribbling to his right. Bounce pass right side to Mark Horn. Starts his drive in and flips off behind him to Mark. Out to Acton once again, to Rosemeyer. Deep in the left corner, Mark Horn along the baseline. Binkley tries to make his move, and he steps on the line. Dave Binkley stepped on the line as he tried to move along the baseline underneath the bucket. The Tigers' ball, bringing it down court, is Don Caldwell. Caldwell comes on the left side now to Richard Milam. Back to Caldwell, to Milam. Whistle blows, and a 3-second violation called against the Tigers. Steve Walker goes into the lineup now for Lebanon, replacing Rick Whitlatch. Steve Walker replacing Whitlatch in the lineup for the Tigers. It's Lebanon 30, Brownsburg 15, and a timeout has been called by the Bulldogs, stopping the clock with 4:58 to play here in the first half. 22 East Main Street in Brownsburg. Brownsburg has the ball. Putting it in play was Brad Acton to Binkley. Back to Acton, who will bring it up court. Right side they come to Mark Horn, then back to Acton to Marks. Starts his move, then comes out deep with it again to Brad Acton as they try to set it up once again. And double dribble will be called against Brad Acton. One is a stop, good, drops the ball again. Gives it to the Tigers. Richard Milam puts it in play to Donnie Caldwell. Caldwell bringing it up. Brad Acton guarding him closely, but Caldwell works it across the 10-second line. Down underneath to give to Scott Crawford. Makes his move under the basket. Goes back with a shot. Hits blocked. They're going to have a foul called on Mike Rosemeyer. Foul will be on Mike Rosemeyer, number 43, and Scott Crawford will be going to the free throw. No, it isn't. They say that he has knocked it out of bounds. Looked like he was trying to get him to put up the hand. Tigers have it. Caldwell from out deep off the rim. Turner rebounds. Turnaround jumper by Turner is good. Dennis Turner working well and getting the rebound to make it 32-15. Tigers by 17. Marks on the left side has it. Then to Binkley. Then to Acton as the Bulldogs try to set it up. Back to Marks. To Acton at the top of the key. Drives down the middle. Underneath it beat Binkley back over his head with a shot, which is good. Steve Binkley scores, makes it 32-17. Tigers by 15 as Caldwell gets it into Milam, being closely guarded by Mark. Then a lead pass on up to Caldwell. Underneath they go to Scott Crawford, makes his move and gets the bucket. Scott Crawford, good pass to Milam, bucket by Crawford, makes it 34-17. Binkley, the horn, stops short of the line, back to Binkley. Now they throw it across on the right side to Acton. Lost it, picked it up again, threw it, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mike Rosemeyer. Tigers have the ball. Figuring the action is Richard Milam, gets it into Caldwell. In the middle they go to Turner. Turner twists and turns, holds up now. Hits from behind, but no whistle. To Caldwell. Caldwell lost it, got it back. Now goes to Turner with it. Turner drives down the lane, left side to Crawford, tries the shot, no good. A whistle blows underneath. What's the call? It'll be on Rosemeyer, and Scott Crawford will be going to the line. Dave Wingate goes in the lineup now for the Tigers, replacing Dennis Turner. Dave Wingate replaces Turner for the Tigers. At the free throw line for Lebanon will be Scott Crawford at 34-17. The Tigers on top. 3:20 to play here in the first half. Crawford's three throws good to make it 35-17. And he has the second opportunity now for the charity stripe. He also makes it to make it 36-17. Tigers leading by 19 points. Binkley up to Marks. Holds up, almost lost it, kept it, dribbled away from him now. Baseline, Binkley shooting, scoring. Binkley gets the bucket. Tigers get it into Caldwell, then to Milam. Going hard on the left side, now holds up. Comes back around to his left, twisting, turning, and we're going to have a jump ball. We're going to have a jump ball now between Marks and Milam. As evidently, Milam was not making progress in for the bucket fast enough. He's got 5 seconds to get it into from the backcourt into the forecourt. So a jump ball it is at the free throw line. Walker gets the rebound. Wingate in the corner, looking for help. In the corner to Walker. Back to Wingate. Left side Milam takes the shot. Little off the mark. Gets up once. No good. Mark Horn clears. Brad Acton driving now. For Brownsburg. Under the hand layup is good. Acton gets it to make it 36-21. Wingate, the ball into Milam. Bounce pass on up to Caldwell, driving. Gives to Walker in the corner. Underneath they give Crawford, and we're going to have a 3-second violation. 3-second violation against the Tigers. Costing possession of the basketball. Brad Acton will throw it in the far end of the court. Acton into Binkley, then back to Acton. We'll bring it up. Acton still with the ball. Bounce pass on the right side. Then to Mark Horn. Back to Acton. The horn and traveling violation will be called against Brad Acton. Wanted to make the fake before he threw it, and in doing so, shuffled the feet just enough to give the ball to the Tigers. Milam into Caldwell. Brownsburg still pressing. Acton guarding Caldwell closely, but he takes it down. Along the baseline, it goes to Crawford. Turnaround jumper by Milam. In and out. Rebound picked off by Milam. Takes another turnaround jumper. This time he gets it. Milam stayed in there and tried again and got it. It's 38-21. A collision at midcourt, and we're going to have a foul called on Brad Acton. Acton and Milo both fighting their way up court. There was a collision, and the foul is called against Brad Acton, giving the ball to the Tigers. Substitution for Brownsburg as they get a little height in there now, and the personage of number 33, that's Mike McNeese, 6'3", 133 pounds. Wingate a jumper to the right side. Walker gets the rebound. 40-21. Walker picking up his first 2 points in the ball game. Long pass to Acton. On the baseline of McNeese. Back to Brad Acton. Then they go to Binkley. Gives behind him to Acton once again as Brownberg's now going to set it up. On the post to McNeese. Along the baseline, Binkley takes his shot. Hits short. Hit once, twice. Finally coming out of there with it is Scott Crawford. He comes to the left. Underneath he missed his shot. Now quick to the Binkley. Crawford takes it all the way down. Calling the ball. It's right back down to Brian Smith. Governor leading 40-21. Minute 4 seconds to play in the half. Mark pushed along the baseline. Fakes. Crawford left his team. Came back down. Mark took it easy. And Crawford picked up his first personal turn of the ball game. At the free throw line for the Brownsburg Bulldogs, Dave Smith. Marks will have the 1-1 and 1:01 to play in the half. Starts up court with him now. Brings it across the line. Then the right side they go to Milo. Takes a long jumper. Comes down and out. No good. 47 seconds. Wingate picks off a stray pass to Lebanon. Way down underneath Rogers. Never finished the basket goes to Rogers. 42-21 now. Rogers leading by 21 points. And a foul will be called on Caldwell. Foul is called on Caldwell. That's his third of the ball game. Mark Horn will be going to the free throw line for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. 22-21. As Joe Hardy comes on the line up now for the Tigers, replacing Don Caldwell. Caldwell having just picked his third personal foul. The Hardy will go in for Caldwell. At the free throw line for Brownsburg, Mark Horn. The first one is good, and he'll have a second opportunity. 42-22. Tigers leading by 20. And Mark Horn now with his first free throw. 34 seconds. This one's off the front of the rim. Gerald Hardy picks up his first personal foul in the ball game. That's the free throw line for the Brownsburg Bulldogs rookie, Dave. 11 seconds to go here in the first half. It's 42-22. Marks cuts that lead just a little bit by making his first free throw, 42-23. And he has another opportunity now with 11 seconds to go. This one's also good, 42-24. Hardy gets it into Milo. Then to Hardy, taking it down quickly, 7 seconds. Shoots from the free throw line, is up with it, in and out. Mark Horn brings it down for Brownsburg, 1 second. Left side McNeese, he gets the shot off, but it's too late. So the halftime score, the Lebanon Tigers 42, the Brownsburg Bulldogs 24. We'll have a recap of the action and a rundown of the individual scoring for you in just a moment. In there working at center. At the forward, we have McNeese and Horn, and I believe working at guards will be Binkley and Brad Acton. Just not ready for the tip. There it goes, controlled by the Tigers. Caldwell has it, moves on the right side, hits Milan with a pass. He's going to fire along. Little off the mark. Whitlatch rebounds along the baseline, comes out deep with it to Caldwell. Back to Turner, shot from the left side, in and out. Rosemar picks it off underneath for the Bulldogs. Now starts up court with it, then flips it to Binkley, who'll take it down. Steve Binkley, back to Brad Acton. Working to the top of the key, now moving to his right. A bounce pass to Binkley, looking underneath. They go to McNeese along the baseline. Then back out with it to Acton. He's firing them way out. It hits the back of the rim and goes deep. Picked off by Berkner. Then to Turner. Turner then gives the ball to Milam. Milam will bring it up court now, then to Caldwell. Left corner they go to Turner. Takes his jumper. It's good. Dennis Turner. Fine corner shot on it. Gets another to make it 44-24. The Tigers by 20 points. Tigers pressing just a little bit now. They get it up to Acton. He stopped momentarily. To Binkley, left side, Mark Horn. Takes a jumper from the left of the bucket. It's off the rim. Gets his own rebound, however. This time he brings it out deep to Brad Acton. They'll set it up once again. Acton to Horn. Go to Rosemar, to McNeese along the baseline. He takes one, which is no good. Berkner had it knocked out of his hands, goes out of bounds. They say it will be the Brownsburg Bulldogs' ball. Steve Binkley will trigger the inbound action. Steve Binkley slaps the ball to set up the play. They give it in the corner to Rosemar. Bounce pass to Binkley along the line. The underhand layup is good. Binkley gets the bucket. Makes it 44-26 now. Whitlatch to Caldwell, to Milam in the middle, back to Whitlatch, right corner, they go to Berkner, trying to get Turner underneath. The whistle blows, and a foul is going to be called. Rosemar, Turner collided. Foul will be called on Dennis Turner. As he went over the top of Mike Rosemar, Rosemar had picked off the pass. Turner was trying to tip it out of his hands and was on his back. They'll go down to the south end of the court, where the shooter will be Mike Rosemar. With one shot, 44-26, 6:31 to play in the third period. Tigers on top. Rosemar free throw is good to make it 44-27. Turner throwing it in. Holds it up now, bounce pass to Milam. Gets it across the line, still going into the left corner. Gives off behind him to Turner. Back to Milam. Fakes. Then to Turner. Right down the middle. He'll fire. It's good. Turner gets the bucket to make it 46-27. Brad Acton brings it up quickly. Left side they come with it to Rosemar. Starts to move, then throws it out deep to Acton. Drives down the middle. Shot partially blocked. Picked off underneath by Berkner to Turner. Gets away from Turner. Goes out of bounds. Turner lost it out of bounds. As Berkner was trying to clear it out from underneath the bucket. So Brownsburg will have it. Binkley putting it in play. They'll start that inbound play again. Goes in the corner to Rosemar. Looks along the baseline. Now they come out deep with it to Acton, then to Mark Horn. Left side they come to Binkley. His shot is blocked by Berkner. Milam had the ball, but Binkley got it back. He comes out deep with it to Acton, and they'll set it up again. Left side, Mark Horn. In the corner, McNeese. Mark Horn driving along the baseline. Comes out deep with it to Acton. Open momentarily. Takes the long one. It's no good. Turner gets it underneath for the Tigers this time and gives to Caldwell, who'll bring it up court. Caldwell right to the top of the key. Then a pass to Whitlatch. Back to Caldwell. Back to Whitlatch. He's going to fire one from out and score. He was fouled also after he got the shot away. Whitlatch gets the bucket to make it 48-27. He was fouled. He'll have an opportunity to make it a three-point play. Foul was whistled against Acton. Brad Acton, that's his second of the ball game. Whitlatch at the line for the Tigers with one. Comes off to the right. Turner rebounds, tries to put it up, and a jump ball will be called. Turner and McNeese will be jumping now at the 11 and free throw line. Substitution for the Brownsburg Bulldogs as Kevin Horn comes back into the lineup, replacing Brad Acton. Turner and McNeese jumping at the 11 line. Turner tips it back, but Binkley gets the ball. Down quickly for Brownsburg, drives all the way to the baseline, stops, now fires and scores. Steve Binkley, who is the leading scorer for the Brownsburg Bulldogs, got another 2 points. Brownsburg pressing and stealing the ball, and Caldwell will be charged with a foul. Milam with a bounce pass intended for Caldwell was picked off by Binkley. Caldwell wheeled around to try to get it back. He got Binkley instead. Caldwell picking up his fourth personal foul of the ball game. We have Scott Crawford coming in the lineup now for the Tigers. Scott Crawford replacing Caldwell, who just picked up his fourth personal foul. So that will send Milam back to the guard position as Crawford will move to a forward along with Turner and leaving Bertner in the middle. So Milam and Whitlatch will be at guards. Here's Binkley's free throw. It's in the air. It's good. 48 to 30. Tigers leading by 18. Whitlatch has it. Look, being pressed. Throws it across the line. It's stolen by Mark Horn, and he's hit from behind by Scott Crawford. Crawford will be charged with the personal foul. And Brownsburg wants to call a timeout now. Mark Horn is at the free throw line now for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. He gets his free throw, makes it 48-31. Tigers by 17. Brownsburg pressing. Whitlatch gives it to Milam. Drops it, picks it up and dribbles. Gets by with it to Bertner. Underneath to Pete Crawford. Gets away from him. He gets to Whitlatch. Then to Turner. Turner makes his move, takes his shot and scores. Dennis Turner gets the bucket. 50-31. Binkley taking it down now for Brownsburg. Then to Kevin Horn, who's working out deep. Bounce pass back to Binkley. To Kevin Horn, right side to Mark Horn. Hit on a post intended for Rosemeyer, tipped away but picked up by Binkley. He drives to the bucket. It's partially blocked. Underneath, we're going to have a jump ball. It'll be between Mike Rosemeyer and Dennis Turner. And they're jumping at the Brownsburg free throw line. 4:24 to play in the third quarter. Lebanon 50, Brownsburg 31. Tip comes back to Binkley of Brownsburg at the top of the key. Shoots long and true. Binkley gets the bucket, makes it 50-33. Whitlatch holding it up now, looking for help. Comes up deep with it to Bertner. As the Brownsburg press kept them from throwing that ball in. And it's going to be Brownsburg ball, and Binkley will start the action. In the corner, go with it to Kevin Horn. Kevin Horn coming around to his right. Kevin Horn deep to Rosemeyer in the middle, then to Binkley. Makes a drive on Turner, takes a jump along the baseline. It's high off the rim. Fighting for it underneath. McNeese comes down with it. Rosemeyer to the left side. He takes one and scores. Mike Rosemeyer scoring for Brownsburg. Makes it 50-35. Again, they're pressing. They get it over to Milam in the middle. Scott Crawford left side back over his head with a shot. It's too high. Gets his own rebound. Lost it out of bounds. That'll be Brownsburg's ball. 50-35, Tigers by 15 with 3:35 to play. Mark Horn has it. Left side to come to Steve Binkley. He'll take the shot. In there. Brownsburg Bulldogs chipping away at that Tiger lead. They steal the ball on the inbounds pass. Binkley firing to the left. No good. Underneath the whistle blows. The foul because on Mark Horn. Foul was on Mark Horn. We'll go down to the Lebanon free throw line where Dennis Turner will be the shooter. 50-37's the score. Tigers leading by 13. And Turner will have one shot. 3:22 at the third period. Free throw, no good. Underneath, Whitlatch saves it, going out of bounds, comes out deep to Turner. Turner waits down. Whitlatch to come back and set it up. Left side to go to Milam. Back to Whitlatch. Right down the middle with the shot. Off the mark, almost to the right. Hit once, twice. Turner tries again. And in. Dennis Turner, after about the third or fourth effort, paid off for the Tigers, 52-37. Binkley driving all the way, and the lay-in's good. Binkley scores. Whitlatch wants to pass to Turner. The left side takes the shot. It's covered. Turner gets the bucket. 54-39. Kevin Horn. Foul is called on Kevin Horn. As Milam gets the lay-in, he'll also have the free throw as the foul is called against Kevin Horn. Timeout has been taken by Brownsburg, however. We have 2:32 to play. Richard Milam will be at the free throw line for the Tigers. He'll have one shot. In the air, then the hook. 57-39 now as Brownsburg brings it up court. Binkley with the ball. That is the center line. He gets rid of it to Mark Horn, then back to Binkley to try to set it up. Now we have Brad Acton back in there as guard. On the post they go to Rosemeyer. Left side they cut to Binkley. starts his drive along the baseline. The shot is over the mark. Tipped once, twice, comes out deep to McNeese. He gets rid of it to Binkley, then back to Acton. Acton will set it up again now as Brownsburg wants to work the play. Left side they come to Mark Horn. Then on the post to Rosemeyer, then to McNeese, the jumper from the left. It's off the rim, but Rosemeyer's on the other side of the court to pick it up again. Gives to Binkley, then back out to Acton. He's going to set it up again now. Left side we come to Mark Horn. To McNeese in the left corner. Then back to Acton, then to Binkley. Binkley has the ball stolen by Whitlatch, 2-on-1. Left side to give it to Milam. He takes the jumper. It's good. Whitlatch took it down court. Milam got the bucket to make it 59-39. The Tigers by 20. Binkley across the line with it. Dropped it, caught it, put it in play over to Brad Acton. Back to Binkley. Back to Acton. Right side they go to Mark Horn. Then on the post it was intended for Rosemeyer, and a whistle blows. The foul's going to be played. They're going to call a foul on Crawford. One of the officials called it on Crawford. I think we're going to have a double foul. We're going to have they're calling it an offensive foul on Crawford, who I don't know that he had possession of the basketball, as he and Rosemeyer were both trying to get the handle on it, but they hooked arms. They call a foul against Crawford, an offensive foul. Brownsburg has the ball. Acton has it out deep. Right side they go to Binkley. In the corner to McNeese. Feed Binkley, moving across, takes a jumper. Goes over the mark, but it's picked up there by Mark Horn. He then gets to Rosemeyer. Fakes, now takes his turnaround jumper off the front of the rim. Turner comes down with it, dribbles and holds it up. Flips it over to Turner, who'll bring it on down court. In the corner, Whitlatch takes it a little short. Off part underneath goes out of bounds. It'll be Brownsburg's ball. Underneath the basket. The Tiger basket. Brad Acton puts it in play by flipping it into Binkley, then back to Brad Acton, who'll bring it up court. Left side, and a foul will be called against Dave Berkner. Berkner going for the ball along with Binkley. Binkley got the ball. Berkner got Binkley. Berkner charged with the personal foul, stops the clock with 48 seconds to play here in the third period. Tigers leading 59-39. Binkley has the 1-1 free throw opportunity now for Brownsburg. Here's the first one. It's good. Binkley leading scorer for these Brownsburg Bulldogs, and I think he's been doing practically all the scoring for them in the second half of play. Here's his bonus free throw. It's good. Scoring 59-41. Tigers by 18. Milam gets it into Whitlatch. He's double time. Tries to get it to Turner. A whistle blows. Ball goes out of bounds and will be the Tigers' ball. Whitlatch will start the action again as he looks. Gets it to Milam. Milam holds up. Looking for help to Turner. Just out bringing it across the line, and the foul will be called against Brad Acton. Turner, as he faked to make his move, Acton made contact. He's charged with his personal foul. That's his third of the ball game. Dennis Turner will be at the free throw line for the Tigers. With one shot. It's up. It's good. 60-41. Tigers by 19 with 37.